Hello everyone and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Clint Bowyer season mode. And here's a disclaimer. If there's an ad on this video, it's not because I got monetized and it's not because I put it there. It's because YouTube changed their policies yet again to benefit small creators. That's not what they actually said, but anyway, more or less, small creators get advertisements on their videos. They don't get paid for them, but YouTube does. I don't know what they were smoking when they came up with that, but I will say this. It got me thinking about what if it was kind of the other way around. What if you clicked on, say, a PewDiePie video, and you got a 10-second unskippable ad for this. Something else, ain't it? But anyway, on to the subject matter. We're entering race number 9 from Richmond. Let's look at the point standings. I got a 40-point lead above Martin Truex Jr. Ty Dillon, Eric Almirola, Matt DiBenedetto, and Bubba Wallace are the other winners from this season. And as you look down the playoff grid, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is still in it, which is great, because I'm hoping to kind of pad the playoff standings so that if things get hairy in the first 2 rounds, we have some automatic eliminations. But at the bottom of the standings, it is Joey Gase with 7 stage points. Also, make note of John Hunter Nemechek's name. It's almost breaking into the win column. But anyway, on to Richmond. I don't expect very much from this race. I'm hoping to score some stage points, maybe get top 10, top 15. We'll see what we can do. I should also mention that after the crazy results we were getting with draft partners enabled, like, Newman pushing me at Homestead, Brad Keselowski trying to push me out of turn number 4 at Texas and wrecking me out, I've decided to disable the drafting partners at every track that isn't Daytona or Talladega, and maybe Michigan. Kind of on the fence about Michigan right now. But I will say this. Imagine trying to push someone coming out of, say, turn number 2 at Texas and not starting a wreck. Imagine if you could tandem from the center of turns 1 and 2 out at Texas Motor Speedway and just hook up and go without starting an 8 or 9 car wreck. So anyway, yet again, we have a custom setup on this car. It's from the Setup Man on YouTube, except I altered it just a little bit to not burn off the right rear tire quite as much. But like I discussed at Phoenix, in this game, if you want to be fast for any amount of laps, you have to expect high right rear tire wear. Because what would you rather be, fast for a couple laps or slow every lap? And I already screwed up this qualifying lap by touching the apron in turn 1. Swinging up towards the wall on the exit of 4, 20.9. 16th. All right, not bad. Who got the pole, though? Kurt Busch. Tyler Reddick, now the only RCR car after Austin Dillon disappeared, qualified 2nd, and BJ McLeod in 8th. What do you think about Live Fast Motorsports, by the way? That was just announced. I've never heard of a name like that level of Live Fast Motorsports. Sounds like a 90s video game. But anyway, here are the top stories entering Richmond. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Body modification starting at the back. Just doesn't want to make the playoffs. Kyle Busch crashed during qualifying, and his brother won the pole. So here we go. Race number 9. Let's hope for the Pro Stock restart.
Ready. Straighten out. Let's go. Inside.
Oh, we got it.
Bottom's clear.
Slip underneath Ryan Newman.
Still there.
Already up to 8th. See, the AIs can just get off the bottom so easily. They make it look like anyone who's playing the game has no idea how to do it. But the simple answer is you either have to run slower or not run where they run. Because where they can run doesn't make any translatable sense to the player car. And considering we're in the year 2020, why do the physics for the player and the AI have to be any different? Like, I can understand it in the case of, like, NR 2003. The AI and the player have different physics, probably due to limitations. Because, I think, the highest operating system back then for Windows computer would have been XP. So, not exactly the best situation when it comes to having high-intensity games where every player, every car would have realistic physics. That would be the case if the AIs drove like the player in NR 2003. It would just be too much for the system to handle. But if they could, make pretty good AI for the time, back in the era of Windows 2000, Windows XP, why can't they do it in the modern day? Just sending Harvick off. He didn't wreck it, though. So, we're doing good as teammates. So anyway, my, I guess, arch nemesis from Phoenix, Martin Truex Jr., is out to a pretty good lead right now. I'm up to second already. Just kind of hoping to cruise my way to some stage points. Not really looking for anything too special here. And the AI is the real problem I have with this game, in the sense that I want every track to at least have some kind of redeeming quality. In this game, a fun race is dependent on whether or not the AI make any sense of the track. So, Homestead is fun because of that. Bristol is a good experience. Martinsville's pretty good. Loudon is okay. And Richmond is just terrible. I'm only, running second because of the aggressive setup that I have. In fact, look at the right rear. We're down to 72%. I have ran 9 laps. Actually, 8. Entering 9. So, think about how much I'm burning off the right rear. And you can already tell I'm sliding. That's how you have to, make your setup for this. To even hope to run up front. Because if I wasn't running this setup, right now, I bet you I'd be in 20th. Well, I gotta pit. I want to see what'll happen if I pit. Because I'm going to have way better tires, and I can make up time on fresh rubber, not on old. But this car is really fast on fresh tires, so I want to see what it can do. Might as well experiment early, rather than try and do this late. But if it works, I could do it late. And here's one thing I've learned about this game. Do not try and straddle the apron and the racetrack in turn number 3, or you will spin. Pretty similar to what I had happen at Bristol, but I was running some test races of this earlier at this track just to see, what I could do with the setup and so on. More specifically, how the AIs run. The answer to that's bad. But I was experimenting with the apron as well, trying to, make dive bomb moves, because the AIs run so low. I figure I might as well try and run lower than them. And you instantly spin out if you hit the apron on entry to 3. So do not try it, because it'll probably lead to a dash finish. Jimmy Johnson just took the lead off Truex. Is he trying to get revengeance on the Roval? Three wide right now. I'm waiting for the inevitable 4 wide moment, which is right now. Yeah, it's right now. Bubba just about spun out. Apron. See what I said? You have to run straight through it if you don't want to spin out right there, if you touch the apron in 3. Because you will spin out if you don't do exactly what I did right there and just run through someone. That's what this game forces you to do. It forces you to run through people. Because believe it or not, you run faster when you're leaning on someone. Like, imagine in 2003, Kurt Busch, Ricky Craven battling. Imagine if they were the fastest 2 cars on the racetrack because they were hitting each other practically every single lap. Like, they were running 5 miles an hour faster than Dave Blaney in 3rd because they were hitting each other. That's how much sense this makes. And also, I'm beating off the back bumper Ryan Newman. He's speeding up. Just no. Just no.
low. Clear high, clear high.
Anyway, we gotten around Ryan Newman up in the 7th spot. Exiting 4, last lap in the stage. Jimmy Johnson's going to win the stage, which is strange.
Top 10, that's big.
I'm going to finish 7th, so at least we got stage points. I will say this, though. Imagine, like, Jimmy Johnson leading a race in 2010. It did not have the same effect back when he was winning, like, 5 championships in a row that it does now. Well, now he's retired, but that it did recently when he would take the lead. Because somehow he gained popularity when he stopped winning. And I know how that works. You know, fans don't like repeat winners. Why do you think nobody likes Lewis Hamilton? In America, that is. But still, I think it was 2018 at Daytona,
Careful, still there.
the crowd roared when Jimmy Johnson took the lead. And that was only when he was on a 1.5 year winless. But imagine, you know, him doing the same thing 10 years prior in 2008. His 3rd championship season. Imagine if he takes the lead at Daytona. You'd probably hear crickets. So because of the massive difference between the length of Stage 1 and Stage 2, Stage 1 was 19 laps, Stage 2 is 36. That means we will have to make a pit stop in this stage, guaranteed. Whether it be live or not, that's what I don't know. And I'm not sure if my right rear tire can last the whole fuel run anyway, so I may have to short pit just based on that. And by the way, the continuation of the battle for the retirements with Clint Bowyer and Jimmy Johnson running 2nd and 1st. I want Matt Kenseth to get up into this. All right, so in 3rd position is Tyler Reddick. Behind him is DiBenedetto, then Kurt Busch. So we actually have a very diverse top 5 right now. It's not, you know, Truex, Kyle Busch in them. It's probably all drivers that won't make it to the championship 4. I'm hoping with the exception of me. Johnson, why did you take the top? I mean, keep it up, because I gained like 0.2 on you. Keep doing that. He got wind of my radio communications. They never do it when you're close enough to them to take advantage of them going to the top. And I'm not sure if that's something the AI does to like find more grip or something, because I don't think the AIs are smart enough in this game to know to do that. But was it like to simulate a mistake? Like Johnson did pretty much what I did right there. Maybe got out of inside line, slid up towards the wall. I'm just guessing. There's no way you could know with the Unity AI. I mean, think about it. We're running the same engine as Gang Beasts right now, so don't expect very realistic grips, you know, grip AI where they understand like where there is more or less. I mean, 704 has never programmed in PJ1 yet, even knowing it's been in NASCAR since they started. Because, you know, Duesenberry Martin or Dinkleberry Martin, whatever it's called, picked up the license in 2016. They were already using PJ1 by then. Then again, it was called VHT, but it doesn't make any difference. Sticky stuff on the track was already being used. And, you know, 7.0 Duesenberry couldn't keep up. So you can tell with the tire wear, I'm starting to fall off Jimmy Johnson and into the hands of Tyler Reddick, who's behind me. Touch the apron right there. See, when you're mid-corner, you touch the apron. It's like a wall on the inside of you. But when you enter the corner and you touch the apron, it wants to spin you out. And I'm glad Johnson's taking the top, but he didn't do it soon enough. Reddick on my inside now. Okay, Reddick, how about crowd me some more, huh? There you go, that's what you get.
Yellow's out. Back her down.
He got served. Anyway, some cars stayed out. It's all the idiots went to the front, except for Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin, but That's going to benefit me a lot.
Green flag, green flag. Got one up top.
Because now I just got to beat Johnson, get a good lap car buffer ahead of me. I might, if I'm lucky, be able to lock up a stage win.
Careful, still there.
Like, that was a really good restart, wasn't it?
Clear all around.
Alright, I'm going to push Joey Gase at Richmond out of the corner, and he sped up.
Still there. Car there on your outside. Alright, you're clear.
Alright, so Kyle Busch is on worse tires than I am. There's going to be a point, though, when it balances, but hey, left the bottom open. Was that it? He gift wrapped that for me. That was nice. I respect that. Denny Hamlin wouldn't do such a thing. What I did right there was pretty risky. I touched the apron entering turn 3. Sliding. I gotta keep down on tire slide so that I can keep this right rear together. Because what I'm thinking right now is the tire wear might equal out, and Denny Hamlin could still probably run me down. But I know he's going to be short on gas. So, needless to say, I want to see this stage run all the way green. But I bet you it won't. You know, because 704 programmed this game to have drafting partners work at Kentucky. Do you think that they should have drafting partners work at Richmond? I mean, you might as well. When you're running a track with, you know, that flat, that much off-throttle time for this game, maybe not so much in reality, but they couldn't get the aero package right either in these NASCAR heat games. But still, it's really ridiculous that they would include it, but then still include it wrong. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have such high expectations. But I don't know, it's just like, use common sense. Once in a while, the people who are making this game, or this series of games, because I feel like that's something they don't do. You know, I mean, when you hit a wall, in this game, you impact a wall, and then you ricochet off of it. And I mean, sure, it models damage. But in what way would the wall be that springy to rebound you back towards traffic when you hit it? And sure, I know that was a problem in the Eutechnics games, but that was just a glitch in and of itself. You know, sometimes you'd hit the wall and it'd flat out knock you straight left. But in this game, it's every track and every wall. Remember what I said about Denny Hamlin maybe catching me back? Yeah, that's happening. So I guess our tire wear has balanced. Maybe mine's a little worse now because I'm starting to slide. Everywhere, too.
Inside, all clear.
I'm going to try and hold him off, but you see how far he can wrap the corner? It's ridiculous.
Inside.
I tried wrapping the bottom. All I did was slow down.
Clear.
Okay.
Going too fast.
Whoa, okay.
Yellow flag.
That was too intense. Yeah. Third, Bobby Carter, Cole Custer. Please play in my favor.
You ready? Green out, let's go. 5 to go, 5 to go.
All right, the Pro Stock gear is good enough to just clear him straight out. What was their strategy? Because I want to know. By the way, didn't I wreck Denny Hamlin just then? You realize, well, he's not in second. I was getting worried there that he would be in second place because I saw a white car in second, but it's actually just Brad Keselowski. Denny Hamlin's still in fourth, though. So it's not quite a DEFCON 0, but it's like a DEFCON 2. It's still, like, it's getting pretty serious. We're like to 11:59 on the doomsday clock. Matty D just took up second. Then again, I might have done NASCAR a favor by wrecking that 11 car. Because I'm sure that thing wasn't legal anyway. To be able to catch me, you know, with old tires, and I had, like, what, 10 lap fresher? So I'll just say I did the whole sanctioning body a favor. Saves the inspectors as much time, because now the car logically should be damaged. But I bet you he'll still win something stupid. It's NASCAR Heat 5. Stage winner Richmond. Something I never thought was going to happen. I don't expect to win the race, but I'm glad that we got 10 points out of it at least, and 1 playoff point. I think I should pit. 38th spot's alright. I can still do something crazy and get up to the front. Imagine someone so willing to pit. Like someone in a real-life race pits every single caution.
Outside.
Starting to sound like, you know, Dale Earnhardt Jr. when he won at Talladega after having to pit every couple seconds because of that damaged front end. Except I don't really have damage. I'm bump drafting Joey Logano past people. 3 wide on the inside at Richmond. How do you bump draft someone past another car at Richmond? I'm still doing it. Denny Hamlin is the leader. All right, Almirola. Stuart Haas power. Chad Fincham. Top 15 speed. 4 wide again or something. There we go. Lista Benedetto took the lead now, so I don't have to complain about Hamlin leading, but I still have to complain about him running second. BJ running in 11th. That's always good, right? All right, getting around the 78. Gonna try something on Kyle Busch here. Well, he gave me the bottom again. Kyle Busch has become a real gentleman, and I don't know what to think about it. It's like he's become as nice as Johnny Benson, pre-truck career. Okay. I didn't show Byron the same respect as Kyle Busch showed to me. I see people pitting. So at least I have some people with me that are on the same strategy. So we're going to have 27 laps to go on gas. How many laps in the race? 30. Huh. Does that mean I should try and save gas? Because I think I could save that many laps of fuel. Okay. That was just stupid. I don't know why I tried that. Okay, now I'm going to pit. And I'm going to get enough gas to at least finish the race on. And if we don't get a caution, I'm not going to pit. How's that idea? I really did not treat Bobby Carter fairly. There's Kyle Busch again, showing some respect to him, but not to Byron. All right, I'm going to try and pass Bobby Carter not so dirtily. Okay. Already up to 24th. This car likes fresh tires, I'll tell you that. Oh, Ty Dillon.
Clear low. Hard from the outside. Outside.
I'm trying to set a record for most amount of cars with donuts from my tires on them.
Still there. All right.
Look at Chad Fincham making the field go 4 wide. Pushing Jimmy Johnson. Ooh, Truex.
All the way to the wall. Clear low, bud.
We saved it.
Inside.
How did everyone manage to save it right there?
Clear all around.
Look at that.
All right. You're
Look at that right there. That's some skills.
all right.
Mm.
You're clear.
That's how you make up track time. Take notes. I'm going to try and back off my pace a little bit so I can maybe save that right rear tire. Because my hope right now is I might be able to make it to the end while the front runners can't. At least that's my immediate hope. So I'm going to try and run it a little bit smoother, not get full throttle as soon,
Still there.
and just overall conserve the car a little bit more.
Car high.
I'm
Careful.
still,
You got room.
you know,
You're clear.
making 3 wide passes. I'm up into 4th. So things are looking good right now, but I guarantee you we're going to have some stupid caution. It's going to flip the strategy upside down. You know what? I got to mention it. You know what else I don't like about this game? When you touch the brakes, even a very, very slight amount, the car wants to automatically jerk to the left. But sometimes I've had it jerk to the right. It's just, 80-some% of the time it tries to run dead left, and that's why you hit the apron and spin out. Just like what happened right there. I tap the brakes, the car cuts left, and then I almost spin out. So Jimmy Johnson's caught up to me. I think he's on a similar strategy as I am. I probably have like 5 lap fresher tires, I think, but I probably already used up those 5 laps.
Car there on the inside. You're all clear on the
Jeez.
bottom. Got one down.
I mean, that was the exact braking thing I was talking about. I just barely put my foot on the brake pedal just to try and slow the car down, and the thing jerks left. And it doesn't have anything to do with where my hands are going. Obviously, I sure have never driven a race car. But if anyone who watches this actually has, I'm not saying you have to be a Cup Series legend or whatever. I'm saying if you've ever looked at a go-kart, when you touch the brake pedal, does the thing want to jerk one or another direction? Does the thing want to go up? What directions it want to go? Just trying my best right now to save the rubber. It's kind of led to me saving a little bit of gas.
That car ahead of you is pitting.
Hear that? Car ahead is pitting. So now I'm working the strategy that I wanted to. With cars coming onto pit road, I'm going to make up some spots here. All the way up to 2nd, Jimmy Johnson ahead of me.
10 to go.
Maybe doesn't have to pit, I'm not exactly sure. At least has to pit far later. I don't have to pit. So that's more or less my hope, is just stay out, hope something falls into my hands maybe. Come on, Jimmy, lap a bunch of people. Just in case we get a caution, one of us has to pit. I want you to lap as many cars as possible. You know what's sad about the way NASCAR Heat 5 retirements work? If I were to wreck out of this race right now, in second. With cars logically already out of the race, I wouldn't be scored in 37th, which, implies that I finished ahead of other cars that dropped out. I would finish last because of the dash finish. I just think that that's really, overall disgusting. That, say half the field wrecks out. Logically, if you wreck on the last lap, you should finish 19th or 20th, ahead of the cars that wrecked before you. But in this, if you wreck, you finish last. They might as well follow Ricky Bobby logic and just score you as last if you didn't win. Like, screw it, if the game isn't going to make any sense, don't make any lick of sense. Alright. There's not very many cars still on the lead lap, so you know what? The toughest decision of my life. No. You know what? No. I'm not going to pit. Here we go. This is the restart of my life now.
Be ready here. All right, dig, driver. Here you go, driver. You got room. You're clear.
Yep. Johnson can really wrap the bottom.
Clear. Last lap, hit your mark.
Screw all of yous. I just won at Richmond.
Today, checkered flag.
All right. Well, I might have just disproved my own logic. Jimmy Johnson's still winless, thanks to this idiot. You know what? I'm going to Ford. I'm going to do a burnout over the Toyota logo. Yeah, you got that manufacturer pride in Clint Bowyer, even though he almost won a championship with Toyota. I wish you could tear up the sign at least. I mean, come on. I didn't program that in either. Yeah. Yeah. All right, wasn't expecting to pull off a win at Richmond. I tell you what, I'm not upset about it. But who am I going to do the burnout to in pit lane? Nobody really screwed me over. Just really quickly. Want to do that where victory lane, I think, is. I think they have an interior victory lane here, don't they? Maybe I'm living in the past. Or the future. I'm not really sure. Alright, so you know what? Because he almost stole the win off of me. Martin Truex Jr. is going to get a fourth gear burnout. Woo, 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 woo. Almost killed someone. I wonder what the 19 team would actually think about that. If every single week Clint Bowyer, every time he wins, he pulls up to him, does a burnout next to him. It's dangerous, yeah, but it's funny. What else could you ask for? Not really sure how this one's going to work out on a short track. Hey, here's a preview. That logo right there is a preview of what the Mach Series is going to be next year. I dedicate this win to NASCAR Heat 5's ridiculous programming, Jimmy Johnson's inhuman ability to wrap the bottom, Martin Truex Jr. being too stupid to pass, and most importantly, NASCAR Heat 5 retweeting me. Well, not retweeting, they liked me. But still, it's funny. You know, I don't think I have ever driven that hard for just 2 laps in my life. You know, at least it's been recorded. I had absolutely no grip. You know, this was what I was hoping to do to Kyle Busch at Phoenix. But he could just wrap the bottom way too well compared to what my car could do at Phoenix. But I was able to pin Jimmy Johnson down, slow him down, especially coming off the corners. Because he was able to really get the look to the inside. But he just couldn't beat me. Right here was where I thought I was done. But I managed to more or less block him off the corner, then go up block Truex. And then from there on out, it was more or less just park the bus and run as fast as possible to the start-finish line, and I managed to pull it off. I guess the moral of the story is never give up? Maybe? I don't know, maybe give up, because this is the retirement season of the top 2 finishers. So, you know, giving up's the best thing you could do. Bobby Carter finished 15th. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen him finish that high in any one series. And Joey Logano finished dead last. 4 wins. I mean, just good job to everybody. Just great work. I need to point out that when I started recording this video, I have a table thermometer, which is a thermometer that sets on the table. It does not measure the temperature of the table itself. But it was 72 degrees in here to start this video. It has now gotten up to 76.3. So you could tell the intensity got higher as time went on. Anyway, Truex fastest car here. He showed it. Jimmy Johnson led the most laps. On the move was Kyle Busch. Started 39th, finished 9th. That's really good for a NASCAR Heat AI. And BJ started 8th, finished 32nd. Started like Kyle Busch, ended like himself. Daniel Suarez brings it home in 8th. So yeah, I'm happy with that result. I mean, Richmond beating the NASCAR Heat AI? Come on. What an experience. So anyway, we now have 4 wins on the year, 26 playoff points. It's ridiculous. 6 stage wins, 4 race wins, a pretty significant gap above Martin Truex Jr. And currently, the actual season standings, it's myself, Truex, Kyle Busch, and Kevin Harvick as your top 4. So with the exception of Denny Hamlin, we're currently looking very 2019-like when it comes to the best cars in the field. We've kind of shaken out all the crazy people, like, you know, BJ running up front, stuff like that. But look at Bobby Carter. I think he was 35th to start this. Now he's moved up to 33rd with his first career top 15 finish. Who would have thought? So anyway, race number 10 is Talladega Superspeedway. Obviously, anything can happen there. And I will see you next time.